Hello Libra, welcome to your reading for December. This is for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus. Please make sure you check all your placements to get a clear picture of what's going on for you at this time. As always, this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate for all of you. Please take the bits that do resonate and leave the rest behind for somebody else. I'm primarily a love reader. That's what I'm going to focus on. If anything else pops up, I will address it, of course. Now, we're going to freestyle your tarot spread, starting off with some oracle cards. Towards the end of the reading, I will be rolling some dice to get initials and sun signs and angel numbers for you. So make sure you stick around for that. We have Perseverance, which interestingly, Gemini right before you got as well. Stay in thy power, dear child, for thy lonely is never alone. When the world is dreadful upon thy, turn upon the spirits within thy. And I'm going to tell you the same thing I told Gemini. There's a difference in between being alone and lonely, right? And during the festive season, whether you celebrate Christmas or not, the end of the year can be quite chaotic, right? At the same time, we can be prone to reminiscing. This can make us feel lonely. This can make us feel like we're by ourselves, right? But within that loneliness or that isolation, it is the perfect time for you to tap into all the power that you have within you, all the gifts that you have within you, because there's nobody distracting you from yourself. Does that make sense? When you can finally appreciate and love your own company, you are unstoppable. So there's a lot bubbling up beneath the surface within you, Libra, that you may be forgetting. The power that you may be forgetting. Exactly. Come on, we have the crone. I think Cancer got the same card, if I'm not wrong. Thy wisdom befriends the honor in which weaves within blood, a heroine call from the depths of your sacredness. This for me is almost like the high priestess. There is so much wisdom, ancestral or otherwise, or wisdom that you may have just collected within this lifetime, that is begging to be seen. It's begging to be acknowledged. This could show up in your dreams. You may be having very vivid dreams right now. Keep a dream journal. Quiet your mind. Listen to your subconscious. You can listen to your subconscious while you're awake. You don't have to be asleep to do it, right? This alone time that you may be going through right now, Libra, is of paramount importance for you to truly shape yourself into the person that you were meant to be. To truly acknowledge the power that you were born with and the power that you have accumulated through your growing up years. Perseverance and crone. Interesting. Let's see what we have. We have the Knight of Cups. And I feel like this power, this wisdom, this almost maturity is bringing love in. It's bringing somebody with a very high EQ into your life. And then we have the Emperor, and thankfully very different from previous signs that I've read. For whoever this is mature. For once, it is somebody who is mature. This is somebody who has been through their fair share of trials and come out unscathed. Someone who can almost match the power that you are carrying within you. Though we have the Seven of Swords, there may be an element of distrust here, because you may have gone through relationships with literally fools. This is the Fool card. You may have been through situations where you were dealing with people who were the complete opposite of the crone, the complete opposite of wise and faithful and loyal and mature people. So there is this tendency for you to shy away from whatever this approach is. The Five of Wands. There has been a fair share of conflict as well within your life, within your relationships. And you see this, the Nine of Pentacles. This is so perfect. I feel like what I said earlier about the difference between being alone and lonely, you already know that. You didn't need to hear it from me. You have or are in the process of mastering the art of enjoying your own company. The Nine of Pentacles has been modernized into the card of being single, right? But you can be in the Nine of Pentacles energy regardless of your status. So I almost feel that you're very comfortable where you are right now, and you don't want anybody coming in and shaking up that foundation that you've worked so hard to build, that you've persevered to build. Thankfully, the Seven of Swords and the Five of Wands are minor arcana. They're very minor energies of day to day. Seven of Pentacles, yeah, only investing in Emperor-like energies regardless of gender. Only investing in people who will help your growth and not make you feel less than again. Only investing in the Ten of Cups. A beautiful promise for a happily ever after. For some of you, there could have been, I'm suddenly getting the whole concept of somebody being left at the altar. I hope that never happened to you, but that's what I'm getting here. It's like you were so close to that happiness that you could almost taste it, but either you or whoever it is that you were dealing with vanished into thin air. This is the epitome of ghosting. Which is why now, with the Four of Cups, you are keeping yourself busy with things that don't matter right now. You're refusing to see that beautiful steaming cup of hot chocolate or mulled wine, whatever your poison is, but you're not even looking at it. It can bring you joy, it can bring you warmth. That is the Ace of Cups. So now, I don't know, Libra, if this Knight of Cups is someone new that's coming into your life, or it's whoever that fool was that we were talking about who's taking a leap back. But we will see when we get some bridging cards. Oh, the Lovers. Mistletoe. Love is following you around, Libra. It's following you around and it wants to be seen. But I feel like you have your walls up. The Five of Swords. You've been burnt. And the Two of Swords. So you're not even looking at it. But this card is telling me that a part of you is. This is almost like you're telling yourself, I don't want it, I don't want it, I don't want to look at it, love hurts, love hurts. Then a part of you is looking to the horizon that, what if? What else? You know? Interesting. Why is the Knight of Cups and the Five of Wands here? The Page of Pentacles. There's an element of learning from your mistakes here. The Seven of Wands. You have to have faith in the fact that you have reached this crone archetype, right? You've reached this place of power and almost authority over yourself. You can control certain outcomes, not everything. The universe does have a hand in puppeting us to a very large extent. But you have the power to control certain outcomes because you have been diligent in the school of life. Trust yourself to not make bad decisions. I feel like whoever this energy is that is wanting to come in towards you, you are wise enough to know to separate the wheat from the chaff, to understand the shadow and the light within whoever this is. Trust your intuition, trust your gut. It's going to tell you which way to go. Don't be in the Two of Swords energy where you're refusing to look at something. It's like an ostrich burying its head in the sand, right? It's not going to protect you from danger. It's only going to blindfold you to it. No, I'm not saying there's any danger here. But sometimes not making a decision is a decision in its own right. But that decision keeps you stuck. And that's when the universe brings in tower moments, right? To shake up your foundation and get you going again because it hates a stalemate. So a decision has to be made here. And the only way you can make it is by trusting the wisdom that you've gained from past lessons. You can't make this up. Sinterklaas, which is the Hierophant in this deck. There's a beautiful promise of commitment. There's a beautiful promise of somebody who has ascended to a very large extent spiritually. This is the approach of somebody worth investing in. I don't know if, again, this is a past person who was that fool, who wasn't worth investing in previously, but now they are. right? There's a maturation, a growing up that has happened, or it's someone brand new. This could be somebody just a little older to you, but I just said the fool that you were dealing with, the fool that has grown up, the child that has grown up. Someone's changed here, Libra. I mean, I don't know. I don't think this is a new person. I think this is the old person who's showing a higher EQ than they had previously. Beautiful. The Hermit. If there was a period of isolation and separation, that period of loneliness was not in vain. I know it wasn't in vain for you because you've grown up, right? You have your fair share of wisdom, but it's pretty much the same for this person as well. Understanding their flaws, understanding their shortcomings, knowing where they went wrong. And I'm almost getting self-inflicted victimization. I feel like this person, it's like they hit themselves on the foot with a hammer and they blame the hammer. You know what I mean? So there may be this element of them blaming you for a few things that you may have done wrong in the process, but they were the ones who brought the tower come crashing down, right? But there is that understanding of how they contributed to the downfall of this connection. A lot of contemplation has gone into this, and if you feel that they've been gallivanting around doing God knows what, they haven't been. There's a lot of loneliness that the Hermit experiences because he's all alone on that mountaintop, right? Soul searching. The Wheel of Fortune. What did I say about the universe puppeting us? That's exactly what this is. The universe is going to do a do-over. It's going to present you with a do-over and see how you're going to react this time. Why? Because now you're stronger. Now you're wiser. Now you're in a better position to make sound decisions for yourself. Gemini got the same card in the same position. Okay. Lantern. What do lanterns represent? Wisdom. While this person is showing up as the Hermit, Virgo energy, we have Taurus energy as well. I should mention that. We have Aries energy and we have Gemini energy. And now we have Taurus and Libra, pardon me. While this person is using that lantern to help guide themselves home, you've already mastered the lantern. So you've set it down to help other people. The Empress, regardless of gender, is somebody who exudes nourishment and care and warmth and joy and love and empathy and compassion. All of that comes from the crone. All of that comes from wisdom, right? So you set it down because once that snow melts, that wisdom will flow out into the world. This makes you highly magnetic, but the universe also realizes it makes you very mature. We, for the first time since I've been doing December readings, have a divine match, the Emperor to the Empress, right? This person has leveled up. I feel like earlier you may have been dumbing yourself down, lowering your vibration to meet this person where they were, right? But now that you're here, this person's having to work incredibly hard to meet you up at this level. And they're doing the work. Because you're worth it. You are worth it. You cannot make this up. The Queen of Cups with the Moon and the crystal ball. You've mastered your subconscious mind. You've mastered your intuition. You've started trusting it. Some of you may be psychic. Some of you may be so highly intuitive that it is one of your superpowers. You may have a lot of water in your chart, doesn't have to be, but my goodness, the power here, Libra. It's absolutely magnetic. It's absolutely wonderful. with the Lovers and the Queen of Cups. This is unconditional love. This is a brand of love that is very difficult to find. And this person has been searching and searching and searching to, find that kind of love somewhere else. But all it's doing is leading their way back to you. Beautiful, beautiful reading. My goodness. And they come in, the Knight of Swords. Now, they may not come in exactly how you expected them to come in, right? They may come in with a conversation, with maybe even an argument, maybe even with pointed fingers, because, well, the child resides in all of us, right? Regardless of where we've reached with the Hierophant and the Hermit and the Emperor, that little child who feels hurt by that hammer still resides within all of us. Right? So they may come in very swiftly and aggressively, but very quickly. Give them a chance, hear them out, because we have another divine match, the King of Cups. That emotional quotient, that empathy and strength resides within them as well. The empathy and strength that you have so beautifully cultivated within your own psyche, Libra, this person has managed to do that as well. The King to the Queen of Cups. Whether they realize it or they don't, right? So a little bit of patience is going to go a long way with this person. Give them a chance. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm a random person on YouTube reading cards, but I'm also an energy reader, and the energy here looks absolutely potent for a reconciliation. After a lot of growing up from both sides. All right, let's get you some dice. Close this off. We have the number 1. You may be seeing 1111 a lot. If you are, some of you may be in a twin flame connection. Maybe. All right. I don't throw that word around willy-nilly because twin flame connections are very painful and very, very rare. Do your research. See if you are in one. If you are, this is the perfect example of you ascending spiritually and reaching that level of maturity, and you triggering the runner or the divine masculine, regardless of gender, to do the work as well, to meet you up on your level. And even otherwise, 111 or 1111 are cards of manifestations coming true. Then we have Virgo. You could be dealing with a Virgo. We do have Virgo energy here with the Hermit. You may have Virgo heavily in your chart. Doesn't have to be, but the ruler of Virgo, which is Mercury, is in its shadow period already, and it's ready to go direct very soon. Mercury retrogrades bring exes back, right, for a do-over. The do-over that the Wheel of Fortune here is presenting to you. This time, you're wise enough to make the right decision. Trust yourself. And then we have Mars. What is Mars doing right now? Let me see. We don't have any activity with Mars right now, thankfully. But Mars is the planet of action. It is the planet of ambition and drive and goals, right? It is very yang energy. I feel like you're more in your yin era right now, in your yin mode of receiving, sitting pretty and receiving because you've done the work, right? This yang more applies to the person that you're dealing with, where they're going to have to pull up their socks and get to work. And I feel like they're ready to do so. They're prepared. And they're also prepared for your wrath, because Mars can represent anger, right? So make sure you're sitting in this beautiful Empress energy, no gender, and exuding that compassion and that empathy, no matter how, hurt you were, right? Try and not lash out. On the 3rd of December, we have Venus squaring Pluto. That can lead to arguments. So we want to avoid that. We also have Mercury sextiling Venus on the 11th of December, which can lead to heavy conversations. So I would keep those 2 dates in mind. All right, as for your initials, we have the letters P, M, N, S, O, I, and Q. These could be your initials. These could be the initials of the person you're dealing with. Doesn't have to be. Just a special mention for those of you who've seen your initials here today. All right, Libra, that was it. I hope this helped. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.